Mindsetters, welcome to today's Grade 11 Life Sciences show. Today we have a special revision lesson on invertebrates. We have selected highlights of lessons shown earlier in the term to help you revise Term 1's work. Please post all your questions and comments on our Facebook page on facebook.com/LearnExtra or on Twitter @LearnExtra so we can help you with your revision. Don't forget to download today's show notes on learn.mindset.co.za or click on the link on our Facebook page. Now it's time to get on with our lesson.
If we have a look at sponges, right, they're the most simplest form, right, and we get to more and more and more complicated, right? So I've brought things that will make it look nice or what I can, right? So I'm going to start off with the least complicated thing that I've got, right, and it's this. Okay, what do you think this is? Looney, can you tell me what do you think this is?
A starfish!
It's a starfish. Have you noticed how quick she answered that? I was impressed. Right, now, if we have a look at the starfish, the first thing we have to have a look at is, can you remember we did things like coelom, and we had a thing like through gut, and we had like symmetry and all of that type of stuff, right? This doesn't have it. The only thing that this does have, okay, if we have a look at it, is called the symmetry, okay? This is radial symmetry. Now, what does that mean? Looney, what do you think radial symmetry is?
What?
Radial symmetry.
Symmetry is this, right? But no.
Love her explanation. Makes me feel so warm and cozy inside. You are right. Looney, you are right.
But now it's the radial that I don't know.
Okay, so symmetry means if I cut it in half,
Yes.
if I cut it in half, whatever's on the left is on the right.
Yeah.
Right, so she's right. But now radial means what? Looney, what do you think radial means?
Radial.
Radial. Like
Does
a
it have
radius.
something- yes, I was just about to say, does it have something to do with the radius?
So what does radius mean?
It's the...
It's a circle.
Yes.
So what this means is, if I say this is radial symmetrical, right? Or this has radial symmetry. That means if I take it here from the top and I cut it down, whatever's on the left will be even to anything on the right. Am I right?
Mm.
Okay, so let's turn it. If I cut it down the middle here, whatever's on the left is even to the right. Right.
Oh,
turn
okay,
it.
cool.
Cut it down, whatever's on the left is on the right. So you understand that when I say radial, as I turn it and I cut it in half, it works. Okay, now that is radial symmetry. It means it can be cut in any way possible. Okay, now Looney, on the other hand, is not radial symmetry.
No.
Okay, if you think about it, if I took Looney, so have a good look at Looney. So Looney, look at us, right? If I cut you from head, so move your finger from your hair all the way down. Right, there. So that's one. Can you see whatever's on the left is even to whatever's on the right? Right. Okay, now that's from her head down to her feet. Now what happens if Looney goes from this side to this side? So show there, Looney. Let's see again.
And you cut from
From
here.
there, yeah, right across. Is the top identical to the bottom?
Never.
Never. She's so right. It's never going to happen, right? So she is bisymmetry, right? She's got one, can only be cut one way. This is radial. As you turn it, can be cut all the time. She's bi, which means it's once. You can't cut any more times. Right, so that's how they look at symmetry. That's quite cool, huh? What do you think? Just for the record, let's have a look at the back of a starfish. Okay? If you look at the back of the starfish, it's open here at the bottom, right? You will see little tentacles sticking out. Okay, have a good look. It's nice and hard. There they are. I've moved one, if you can see. Right in this line, you'll see little things sticking out. That's its little tentacles and all of that. Not tentacles as in like your
Octopus.
like your octopus and that. Not like that. But it's similar, right? So it does grab things and it does pull it in and it does like wrap around and it sucks things in, and so that's quite cool. Right, so that's a starfish. That's quite nice, right? Hey, what do you think, Lenny? You like starfishes?
Yes.
Right? And I remember when I was young, when you were a good boy, you always got a star on the top of your forehead.
Yes,
can you remember that?
always.
Always. But it's me, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, so that was just a starfish. And simple. right? Now I want to go to something a little bit more complicated, right? And they're actually quite cool. The only thing is we're not going to be talking about them today, but it's biodiversity. So let's have a look at some other things, hey? What do you think, Looney? Okay, so we're going to look at simple things. So how nice are those? Hey, Looney, what do you see there? Can you see?
Yeah, I see a butterfly.
Yeah, that's that one.
What is this thing? This. Okay,
My
anyway.
little 6-year-old son calls it a
Oh,
hole.
yeah. I was just looking at it. Oh, okay. Apparently it's a scorpion.
Which one?
Is it a scorpion?
No, this one here is a, what do those things call it? Like a prawn. Hey?
It's a what?
A prawn.
A prawn.
Yeah.
A prawn.
Yes,
Aren't
it's-
prawns like, okay, maybe.
Yeah, but this is a small one,
Okay.
right?
Is that
Then
a
you
worm?
got this.
Is that a worm?
It is a worm, but it's a special worm. It's got thousands of legs. And it's got little segments, and you see them crawling, and then when
I
you
know
touch
it's-
them, they give it one of these,
How do you
and
call
it turns in a circle.
that? No, not a caterpillar, man.
You gotta love it.
I know it.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
forgot the name.
And the last
Is that
one?
what's that? It's not a spider. Is that a
That's
spider?
exactly what it is.
Oh.
That's a spider.
What's that thing? The second one.
This one.
Yeah.
It is a centipede.
Centipede. I almost said a
Centipede.
caterpillar. Centipede.
So,
Man.
you happy with all of those?
Yes.
Those are quite cool, and those are all very special. We'll talk about them next week and that, but I just thought I'd show you. But of course, we have a, I'm going to put it to the side here. We have a, well, it's a living fossil, but it ain't living anymore. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Right? Now, I'm going to bring it up. It's quite cool. It's the first thing you're going to notice, and Looney's going to give me the name.
Okay.
Right. She's on the ball today, so I'm impressed. Right? Looney, which one sticks out, and you're going to give me the name? Can you see that face? It's amazing. Well, let's start.
What are those things?
Yeah, let's start from the right and move to the left. So if I bring this out, what's the first thing up top here? It's that thing that you thought the other one was.
Oh, the scorpion.
The scorpion. Okay. The next one, what is it? We had it on the same as this one here.
Spider.
It's a spider. The one after that is a
Dot.
it's a tick. It's a tick. So that's a thing that you find on your
Oh,
dogs
a
and cats
tick.
and all of that.
Okay.
Right, that's a tick. And what is that beautiful big living fossil? Do you think? What is
I
it
have
called?
no idea what that is.
You have no idea. No.
I
the
can't. Thing
deer
is, I
does have
can't
eyes.
see. It doesn't have eyes.
No. A deer has eyes. No idea. Come on. Well, come here if you can't see it. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
Come, let's walk here. You've been with me so many times when we've
Yeah.
done things.
Okay.
Let's see. What do you think that is?
Oh my gosh, I don't know what that
Hey?
is.
How cool
What
is
is
it?
this?
What does it
It
look
looks
like?
so cool though.
It does, hey?
No,
What do
I
you
don't
think
know.
it's called?
I don't
What does it look like? If you had to think of animals, just think of animals. What does it look like? And I'm talking about the foot. What is that?
Foot.
What does that look like when it comes to the foot?
Your toe.
Not a man, not a human. I'm talking about, for example, a horse.
Oh, what's that thing called?
It's a
A
hoof.
hoof.
Right. So if you have a look, doesn't it look like a hoof?
It does.
Okay. Now that.
But what is
Now,
this?
hold on.
Okay, sorry.
That there is very special. That is called a horseshoe crab.
Oh, okay.
That is called a horseshoe crab. It's quite cool, huh?
Very cool.
That is the best thing in the world. Right. So now that we've seen the little things, I thought I would increase one of them in size. So, Looney, there's some big thing there.
I saw it.
Don't you want to get it for me?
I actually saw it. I was
Please
like,
will you get it for me? Come on.
Okay.
Come on, get it for me and show them. Look at that.
Which way?
That
This
way.
around.
Have a look at that. How cool is that? What is that?
It's a spider.
It's a spider, right? And the nice thing about the spider, right, is I went and got its teeth, right? Because you can see the eight legs. You can see its abdomen. Right over here, you'd see its eyes if it was very close. And at the top, there's two little black things here. Those are their teeth. So can you imagine that thing biting you, right? But you don't have to worry because I didn't kill that thing. I didn't at all. What that is, it's actually a shedding. So when the spider, it's time to grow, or it's grown a little bit too big for its skin, what it does is it pulls itself out of the skin, leaves its skin behind, and the spider runs off.
Really?
That is the skin. So it's not a dead spider. That you will find, that's why when you see like your daddy long legs and that in your house, have you noticed there's always like dead spiders around it? It's not dead spiders, it's a skin.
Why does it do that?
Because it grows too quickly. This has got an exoskeleton, and that exoskeleton's got to leave its exoskeleton right behind because it can't grow into its exoskeleton, and it runs off, and this stays behind. It's just a skin, like a snake. Have you ever seen a snake shed its skin? It leaves its skin behind. Same thing.
Oh.
Hey, how cool is that? Nice.
Imagine if we left our skin.
Oh, terrible. Right. So that you like that. Hopefully you like that. Now, I've left Looney up here for a reason. I've got a little bit more complicated. Now, anybody that's got a fish tank, have you ever heard of the algae eating things? Right, they eat the algae, the fish,
No,
the fish that eat the algae. Right.
No.
They're actually called a plecostomus.
See, I was
Right?
close.
And the plecostomus is a fish. Relax, Looney. And it looks like that. That's a fish. Okay? That is a fish. Can you see it? Now, it's nice and hard because it died and I kept it out. But I want to see Looney do some work. Right, Looney, I want you to take your fingers from here and I want you to rub down the fish. And tell me,
Take fingers from here.
from there, and move it down towards my hand.
Okay.
And it goes quite easily, hey?
Yeah.
Do it again for me. Watch your fingers. It goes quite easily, right? Ah, nice. Let's change it around. Looney, go from my fingers towards the other side.
From your fingers.
Go on. Go on. What's wrong? Pull it. What's wrong with you? What's the
Why
problem?
is it sharp? Eesh.
Have you noticed how sharp it is?
Yeah.
It actually, you can't pull it at all, right? That's a protecting mechanism. How cool is that, hey? That's a plecostomus. It cannot move. And then the last thing I want to show you, right, is this. This.
A
can you tell me-
chameleon.
I'm
used to have a pet
impressed.
chameleon.
That is a chameleon, and can you see its bones, its ribs, right, and its tail?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you had a pet chameleon.
Yes.
Look at its mouth. What can you see?
Wait,
Look at the teeth.
the teeth. Yes.
Can you see the teeth? Let's see if you can see the teeth. The teeth inside there. Remember, it does eat, right? Eats insects, so it's got to have teeth to crush it. Right.
Alright, Mindsetters, I hope you guys are enjoying this revision session. Remember, if you are struggling and need help, please post your question on our Facebook page or send an email to helpdesk@learnextra.co.za. Now it's time to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. I'm sure you've seen and heard about the Mindset Rack nomination and hope you'll get involved. If you make a video, post it on YouTube with the title #LearnExtraRack followed by your name or the name of your group. If you don't have a video, post a photo on our Facebook page and tell us what you've done. Let's use this short holiday to make a big difference in other people's lives. Now, let's get back to revision.
Question. What do you think of my tree? It's a beautiful tree. There's a stump and there's wood coming. I'm lying through my teeth. We're doing animals, aren't we? Looney almost choked. Right? This is not a tree. This is something special. Right? Let's see what it is. Okay? This part here is a cnidaria. Okay? That means it's an animal that stays under the sea, okay? And it's actually radial symmetry, even though it looks like bar, because if you have a look at it outwards, it looks roundabout. It's got little tentacles that look almost like a starfish, right? Does that, which means it can be cut in any way. But I've taken it from looking like that to that, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so you're with me so far. Okay, you should know this. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to say, write down the letter. I don't need the name. Okay, write down the letter which represents the coelenteron. Now, what is the coelenteron? Coelenteron is the inside of an animal or the gut of the animal. Roundabout. It's the easiest way I can put it. The gut, the inside, right? And the inside of the animal is this side, right? No, it's here. So this part here, this whole piece, that is called the coelenteron. So what number it is? Come on. There it is. It's plain and simple. It's G. Right. So let's have a look. It's G. Nice, easy. See, we start off with the easy stuff and we get more difficult. Hey? Then, let's go to the next one. What type of digestion, takes place in this cavity? Okay, well, what do you mean, what type of digestion? Isn't digestion just digestion? Hey, Looney?
I thought it was.
Yeah. You know, you get internal digestion, you get external digestion, you get intracellular digestion. There's a lot of digestions, right? Which is quite cool. So let's have a look at it, okay? I'm going to show you the answer and I'm going to explain it, okay? Firstly, you will notice that it is extracellular digestion, okay? Which means it happens outside of the cells. Now, what does that mean? Well, let's put it this way. When you eat food, it goes into your stomach, right? And in there, we send juices, and we send this, and we send that, and all of it gets broken up into smaller pieces. Then it goes into your small intestine. It gets absorbed into the body, right? After being digested, gets absorbed into your body, goes to your different cells, right? Now, that's how that happens. This thing does not have it. So what actually happens is it moves all the food around here, and all these cells pull a bit of food in to live. Do you understand? So it's extra, right? Means it happens outside of the cells. In this little cavity here, it hasn't got it inside it as such. Understand? Right. So that is the next. That was the next question. One after that. What is the disadvantage of having only one opening for digestion? Okay? Because if we have a look at it, what these things do is they sit like this, and a little, I was going to say fly, but have you ever seen a fly under the water in the ocean?
A fly.
A fly.
Yeah,
You see my point, right? So its food comes along, and it goes in here, and it pulls it into its mouth, right? Because there's the mouth. It goes in there, it gets done what it needs to do, it gets all its nutrients, and then what? What does it have to do? What do you have to do after eating? Come, Looney, what do you think? You've got to get rid of the... Well, once it's taken all the stuff that it needs to, and it's left with something, what must it do? It must get rid of it, isn't it? Am I right?
Yes.
Right. So we go to the toilet to get rid of it, right?
Yes.
Okay. How does it get rid of it?
Oh, it doesn't have a lower region.
Yeah. Perfect set. Does not have a lower region. You must remember that this thing, right, is stuck on a rock. It's glued down, right? How's it going to get rid of it? One way. It does this, and when it's finished, it goes, bleh. Now, what is the disadvantage of having that? So, Looney, what do you think would be the disadvantage of having one opening to take in food and to get rid of food? What is the disadvantage? Let's use common knowledge. Let's see how good you are, Looney.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. I would say, right, if I touch there again, I would say, firstly, it is unhygienic. Right? That's like taking your feces and pushing it back out your mouth.
Oh.
You should have seen Looney's face when I said that. She went, yeah, I can't explain it. Right? So, firstly, it's unhygienic. Oh, maybe if I push a color. Firstly, it's unhygienic, as both food is taken in and excretion happens in the same hole. Not good. Hey, Looney, I wouldn't want that. Well, you get in your teeth. You got to take. Looney's not working with me today. She isn't. Look at that face.
It's not nice.
You gotta love me, Looney. You gotta love me. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, identify the part labeled B and state where the structure, right, is produced in the life cycle of the hydra. Right, that's the hydra there. B, this thing here. Ooh. What is that? Hey, what is this? It's an arm. Hey, what do you think?
It looks like 3 fingers. an arm with 3 fingers.
Yeah, it's
What
an
are you
arm.
talking about? The one in pink?
Yes, the one in pink. What does it look like? Hey,
Yeah.
I'm standing up here, my arm is here, and out of the middle of nowhere pops out an arm.
That's
Hey, what do you-
strange.
That's strange. That is reproduction, by the way.
Oh,
What's it making?
awkward place too.
It's making another one of itself, the hydra, right? Okay, to make itself, it's called budding, right? And when will this happen, right? When will it happen? Now, let me put it this way. When will budding or reproduction happen in something like this? Of course, it's simple. It's very simple. When conditions are favorable. If it's not favorable to have it, we're not having kids. Simple. Okay? And that's exactly what you'll say, right? It's called budding. There it is. If I can get my colors again. I'm going to go yellow again. Okay? It's called budding, and it's produced during favorable growing conditions. Okay? That's when everything's working. There's enough food. The water's overlapping it nicely. You with me? When things are favorable, everybody's happy. When things are not favorable, not going to happen, is it? Right, so that's that one. Next one. What type, this is cool. What type of nervous tissue, right? Now, what is nervous tissue? Come, Looney. What is nervous tissue? Because I know you know. Right, what is nervous? What
Your
is
nerves.
Your nerves.
Nerves.
What is a nerve? You have the nerve to say that.
A nerve, man. Come on. You know what a nerve is.
Well, what's a nerve? Come on, what's a nerve? A nerve is making her do that, right? She's getting embarrassed. It's not that, right? What it is, you see her, she's smiling and all of that, right? Those nerves in there is telling the muscles to contract or relax to make her smile. And she's got such a beautiful smile, right? It's always good to see. Oh,
thanks,
look at
man.
that, right? So that's her nervous system. Now, they want to know what nervous system the hydra has, right? As soon as I can move this up, okay? This thing, nervous system, it's not there. Can you see a nervous system? Now, I promise you, a nervous system, if I got hold of Looney, right, and I did the most worst thing to her, and I pulled her up here, and I made her stand like this, and I took a scalpel, and I cut down her back like this, right, and I opened her up, and then you'll see her spinal cord, and I cut through those bones, and I opened it. What am I going to find in there? Nerves. And I'm going to be able to see them. Am I right? Here, not going to happen. Why not? Because it's the most simplest creature we've got. Well, it's the second most simplest, but it's a simple creature, which means it, let me get it back down, it does not have a nervous system. There's no nerves. There's no nerve network. Right. Let's have a look at the next one. What is meant, as soon as I get my ink, what is meant by the term diploblastic? Okay, what is meant by the term diploblastic? Now, that's actually a good question. Diplo meaning what? Let's see if Looney was listening to me a couple of times. Diplo, which means what?
I'm unavailable for comment.
Yeah, she was doing so well. Okay, let me go this. What is triploblastic?
3.
What is diploblastic?
Diplo.
Dip.
2.
Ah, come on. How can you say you're not available for comment? The brains are there, girl.
But like now the plastic part? What? Plastic?
Diploblastic.
Oh, plastic.
That just means that this animal has got 2 layers in its body, right? So it's got the one layer of cells, there it is, it's that piece there, and it's got the second layer, which is that piece there. That's all it means. Okay? It's got an ectoderm and an ectoderm and an endoderm. That's it. There's no 3 layers. 3 layers would be, okay, triploblastic. The moment, that's diplo, 2 different, hey? Simple, nice and easy one. So let's see what this answer is so that we can understand it. Right? It is 2 in the embryonic stage. That means inside. Well, hey, that thing doesn't do its inside. But let's just talk about us. Inside, when you were in your mommy's tummy, right? Deep down inside with the love. Okay? You were in your embryonic layer. Okay? That was the embryonic stage. And the embryonic layer represents the endodermis and ectodermis. Just one layer on the outside, one layer on the inside. That is it. Nice, simple, and easy. Right. Life science is actually very easy if you know your definitions. You know your definitions, life's easy. Right? See? Life, science, it's cool. Right. So you all understand that. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay. We're going to talk about an earthworm. You all know what an earthworm is? Looney, do you know what an earthworm is?
Yes.
What's an earthworm?
It's that worm that's like mostly on soil, and it looks very slimy. It's usually like grayish brown.
She's good.
Yeah, that one.
And when it rains a lot, as you can see at times,
Yes.
right?
Like
You're always finding a
now.
puddle of water, hey?
Yes.
Only they will know why, right? Okay, so it says, why is the earthworm said to have a through gut? A through gut. It means, well, I figured about the answer. It means I have an opening here, and as Looney says, it's got an opening at the
No lower region.
lower region. See, she says it so well.
Yeah.
They've got an opening at the upper region, and they've got an opening at the lower
Lower.
region, which means it goes in this part all the way down and comes out the other part, right? So, what the answer actually is, it says there that it has a mouth, right, at the anterior end, or as Looney says, the
Lower region.
mouth is at the upper region,
Upper region.
right? So the anterior opening, right, for the intake of food, right, and the anus, right, the anus, which is at the lower region, cool, which is at the posterior, right, opens. There's a whole things that go through here. From here, it starts going into digestion, and then we get rid of waste products, which means it's not as unhealthy. Nice, easy, simple. Right. Let's bring it down. What is, here we go, let me leave the pen there. What is the nature of an earthworm's food, and how does it take it in? So how would it take it in? Now, the earthworm lives in the ground. And you will notice the more fertile your soil is, the more earthworms you have. Because the earthworm eats all the nutrients in the soil, right? So it takes in stuff, and then it goes through its through gut, and it lets out, and it fertilizes the soil even more. You get what I'm trying to say? But how does it do that? What it does is it puts a liquid over it, then it sucks it in. Okay, that is how it works. So let's see what the answer would be. Okay, it's very, very simple. Okay, it says here, the food is the soil rich. Okay, it's the soil which is rich in organic matter. At first, it's covered in mucus. Why would you want to do that? Can you eat without having mucus on your food, Looney?
Mucus.
Yeah.
Huh.
Could you, your food, do you put mucus on it?
No.
You see. She
Why are
doesn't
you
know.
doing? Ugh, man, come on.
Mucus?
Not
I promise you, she does. And she doesn't even know it.
mucus. Okay, not the mucus. Like, okay.
No, you're thinking about mucus from your nose.
Yes.
I'm talking about saliva. Why do we put saliva in?
Oh,
So
okay.
that it can go down, right?
Moist.
Mixes it and moistens. How does the earthworm do it? Puts the mucus over it so it can swallow it, so it can go down. So yes, Looney, we do have mucus in our food, girl.
Okay.
So don't pull your face. It's actually quite nice. It makes it taste nice.
Okay.
So he puts the mucus in. Then it sucks it into the cavity inside its body so that digestion can take place. Remember that suction comes from the pharynx, right, which is in the throat. Right. There we go. Then, the next one. Does the earthworm have an opening, or have an open or a closed circulatory system? Now, first of all, what is a circulatory system? Well, when I have a look at circulatory system, I'm thinking to myself, it's when you either go to gym and you do a circuit, right? Or you go run athletics and you do a circuit. Hey, Looney.
Mhm.
Okay, so what is a circulatory system? Do you know? A circulatory system is very simple. It is your blood, right? Your heart, your veins, your arteries, your arterioles, your venules, your capillaries, all of that is called a circulatory system. So it's how we transport things around the body. Now, does an earthworm have a circulatory system? Of course it does, right? There is simple animals that don't, but yes, it has a closed circulatory system. What does that mean? Okay, I'm going to do the next question, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to explain the two. Okay, because it just makes it easier. Okay, the next question, if I'm going to bring it down, well, up should I say, I'm going to extend it so we can see. Come on. Okay, doesn't want to do it today, right? There we go. That's it. The question is, tabulate, which means put in a table, first of all, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Seriously. I can't stand it when I say tabulate and they give point forms, right? Tabulate 3 differences, which means there are going to be 3 lines, right, between an open and a closed circulatory system. Okay, now first of all, what will I put at the top of this table, right? First of all, we're going to have open and closed, right? What is the difference? Let's have a look at the open side, okay? I'm going to go through this quickly. First of all, blood leaves body vessels. It's a thing and it just drops into the body. Next thing, come on, okay? Tube-like heart. Okay, small little tube-like heart. Next thing, it does not transport oxygen. It gets oxygen from around. The cells get oxygen around from the outside. And then lastly, right, blood cavity is hemocell. I want to know what that means. Okay, let me know what that means. Please send me, right? I know somebody's already asked that question on it, right?
Yes.
I want you to answer that for me. Okay, let's see what a closed blood system is. First of all, blood never leaves the system, ever. Second of all, okay, no openings in the heart. In other words, it goes in the heart, right, down to the bottom, back to the lungs, back down to the heart, back out the heart to the body. Right, there's no opening spaces anywhere. Okay. Next one, transports oxygen. Of course, hemoglobin for us, right? Transports oxygen. And lastly, body cavity is a coelom. Body cavity is a coelom.
I'm sure you've seen the walk together photo on our page. Please post a caption and like the captions that you think are best. The 3 captions with the most likes will each win a pair of tummy tackies. We'll post the winners on Friday, so get to liking and get all your friends to like too. Now it's time to take a break, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back from the break. I know you can't wait for the term to end and for the holidays to start. This year we bring you revision sessions from term 1 from the 28th of March till the 6th of April. These will be repeats of all the Learn Extra live shows from term 1. These programs will run from 9 a.m. in the morning till 7 p.m. at night. Go to our website learn.mindset.co.za for all the details. But for now, let's get back to the revision.
We're going to start off with the most simplest things. And the most simplest one we're having a look at is, of course, your Porphyria or sponges. Right. Now, what I've done is I've done the body plan and then I've done the importance. Okay, so the body plan, of course, is asymmetrical, means it's not, you can't cut it in any way. Okay, always looks different everywhere else. Then they have 2 layers, which means they are diploblastic, right? 2 layers. You've got the epidermis and the endodermis. Simple, easy, we know the stuff. Okay, also they acoelomate. What's a coelomate? I'm just going to say A means it has not got one. So it hasn't got a coelom. Okay, next one, no cephalization. Wow. Hey, Looney, what do you think? Cephalization. My English can be bad at times, but that word is huge. You can, how about this? Looney, can you please explain to me what cephalization is?
Why do you think I'm going, I don't know.
Because I know you have people that love you and you can get help.
Yes,
right.
my nation.
So Looney's going to tell me what cephalization is, right? And no blood system, which means they don't have something to transport blood on the inside. Right. Now, the importance of them. Now, this is very important. Everything on Earth has a job. Okay? First of all, sponges form part of the habitat for many organisms. Right? What does that mean? It means that first of all, they act as filters, right? They filter and remove bacteria and minerals from the water, so bad things and good things, but they remove bad things, which is always a bonus. And second of all, right, they actually create places for fish to hide, right? Okay, so that's what it is, right? The minerals of the waste, which they are found in, so they just keep it. Next thing, we're going to have a look at Cnidaria. Now, what is Cnidaria? It's not a big thing. Let's see. Acelomate doesn't have a coelom, right? Radial symmetry. Okay, you can cut it in a circle. Next thing, diploblastic. I'm just repeating myself all the time. Have you noticed? Okay, we've also got an outer a mesoderm with a jelly-like inside it. Okay, this jelly-like part, right, is found in the mesoglia. It's just in the mesoglia, that area that's called the mesoglia. Lastly, there is a no blood system again. Okay, so these are simple, they don't have blood systems. The most simplest organisms, right? What is their job? Source biochemical, right? They help. Can you believe some of them, they're trying to help with this big thing called cancer. Okay, so we use them to try and sort out cancer, firstly. Second of all, we say the coral, right? They create a habitat as well. Okay, sometimes they create a habitat. They make sure that animals are protected when they, instead of getting killed or eaten by other things, so they do the same thing. Okay, so they protect animals. So it's very, very important. If we have a look at the next one. Sorry, I'm going through this because it's stuff you should know. I'm just making sure you understand it. Next animal we're going to have a look at is this huge word. Looney, do you know what that word means, what it says?
Oh.
I love it. Don't you love that? Come on, try it. I'll leave it there. Let her.
What?
I'm going to leave her to try it quietly. I'll leave you to try it quietly and I'll explain it. Right, here we go. First of all, they have an anterior and a posterior end. Right, that's the first thing. Okay, defined anterior end, which means it goes through cephalization, which you still need to help Looney with. Right, nextly, they triploblastic and acelomate. Same thing. Okay. Then you get some are parasitic and have poor developed digestive system. Some, not all. Some of them have poor digestive systems. Then you have the ones that are free living, have well developed bronchies, right? Which digestive tracts. Okay, so they've got well developed. So some are well developed, some are not. Okay, parasite ones don't. Now, what is the point of these guys in nature? Looney, can you tell me the name yet? Okay, it's called a flatworm, and the big word for flatworm is platyhelminthes. Right? That's it, nice and easy. It's platyhelminthes, right? It can be carnivore or scavenger, right? Simple, it can be a scavenger or a carnivore, almost like a lion, right? Scavenger or a carnivore. Okay, it mainly feeds on bacteria and small invertebrates, right? And protozoans, should I say? Okay, a few species, actual fact, few species of herbivores they also eat. Okay, so they do eat herbivores now and then. Many flatworms are parasites. Now, can you mention any parasites, Looney? Do you know any parasites that we can look at when we're talking about humans, for instance?
Humans.
Yeah.
Parasites.
Give me a parasite. A parasite.
Human. Flea.
Yeah, we can look at flea, but
Tapeworm.
I'm looking at a flatworm.
A tapeworm.
A tapeworm. You know what a tapeworm is? Yeah, it's that worm that's flat and it's got those teeth on the side. Right.
Pigs.
Pigs. She's right. They come from pigs. That's impressive, Looney.
Yes.
I'm impressive, right?
I know what cephalization is.
What is it?
It's considered an evolutionary trend whereby nervous tissue over many generations becomes concentrated toward one end of an organism.
Who was that?
It's Mokove.
Say that again.
Say what?
The name.
Oh, Mokove.
McCorvin. Wow. That is the best answer I have ever heard. You're making Looney look smart.
So smart.
Very nice. In other words, it's the development of a brain. How cool is that? Nice and simple. It's just making up of a brain. Okay, we're starting to get a brain.
Yes.
Okay. You know, you get your tapeworm, for instance, your bilharzia, you get your flukes, right? Those are your flatworms, your normal, simple flatworms. Right, let's have a look at the next one. The next one, we've got annelids. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start going through it as quick as I can. Nice and simple, right? So you're going to get your annelids, and your annelids are actually round worms, right? They segmented body parts, and a nice way to look at segmented body part. Here's the word. Metameric. It is right. Metameric, right? Those things there means that its body has got different sections. Okay? It's segmented the body. There. Segmented. Okay? And these things, they're very good. For example, your earthworm. Your earthworm gets rid of dead things that's in the soil. It creates tunnels so that the soil can get aerated. Right? It produces fertilization because once it eats, it's got to get rid of its feces somehow. Right? So it's very good. Then you get the next one called a leech, for instance. There's a leech. Oh, sorry. Let's do it that way. A leech. It's parasitic, which means that it sucks blood. Do you know that we used to, in the old days, if you were sick, they used to do this thing called leeching. Do you know what leeching is, Looney? Leeching. That's where you lie on the bed. You're sick. Right, you go to your mom, I don't feel well. And you lie on the bed. She goes, I'll be there now. I'm just going to go get our friends. Right? And then what she does is she comes in with this bucket. She's swinging along. She's laughing. And you're like, uh-oh. And what she does, she goes, lie down. It's not going to hurt much. And she grabs this leech. And it's a big thing. It's about the size of my thumb. And she sticks it on your back. And this leech bites in and starts sucking your blood out. Right? Now, what they believed is it's sucking out all the bad stuff. That's what it used to be called. Leeching.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm happy with my doctor. Hey, what do you think?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Hey?
Now,
It's
the
fine.
actual fact have proved that it actually does work. Hey, how cool is that?
No.
So we had that. Okay. The next one, which I think I'm going to have a look at, is your arthropoda. Now, these notes are available to you, so listen to me carefully. Your arthropoda are divided into certain sections. You've got your insects, right? You've got your arachnids. You've got your crustaceans. And you've got, what's the other one? Arachnids, crustaceans, insects, and there should be another one. Millipedes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get there. Crustaceans, arachnids. There's one more. Myriapoda. Right, that's those little things with 1,000 legs. You know what they used to call them? It's the other thing I showed you the other day.
Centipede.
A centipede and a millipede. Very nice. Now, all of those have got an exoskeleton, right? And that's what makes them arthropods. I don't know if you've ever seen King Arthur and the Round Tables. Do you know what that is?
No.
Looney? King Arthur and the Round and the Knights of the Round Table.
What are you talking about?
In a movie. Come help me out here.
No.
What did they used to have in the olden days when they went to war? They had an outfit, am I right?
And yeah.
That steel outfit, you know that? And they say that the best king was King Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Now, arthropods, that's the best way to look at it. Those animals have got an external skeleton made of chitin, right? And those things, they walk like they've got an armor on, okay? Like those steel armors, so do these things. Now, that's why I would say they call them an arthropoda. Right. On this question, right, I'm going to use pink for the ladies because it was pretty Tommies on a pretty set of feet. Right, it says here, the diagram below represents, ooh, look at this, a cladogram. How nice is that word, cladogram? It's how things have evolved. Right, the cladogram, which is a phylogenetic tree, okay, and it shows you the relationships and the characteristics and how things change, right? So that's what it all does. And then, of course, we've got the letters A and D indicate, right? Indicate the characteristics shared by the different phyla of animals. Okay, so let me bring this down. So all the questions have got to do with this phylogenetic tree, Right, so if I have a look at it, we start off here with nothing, right? Well, there was something, but we haven't put it there. And all of a sudden we go, and the first thing that was made, right, is your Porphyria, right? So this animal that was coming here, he was walking, and there was 4 of them, or how many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. There were 7 of us, right? And we're all walking, and one says, I'm not going to be your friend anymore, and he moves over. Hey, Looney, am I right? And he becomes the Porphyria. Then the next 6 carry on walking, and the other one says, I'm not interested, and becomes Cnidaria, and he moves off. And all of these become different, right? Because they become different in their phylum and their characteristics and what they do, but they all came from the same place. You understand where I'm coming from? Okay, so let's have a look at it. Now, the questions they're going to ask is about this specific thing. And if you notice, we stopped at chordata, which means they have a spinal cord. Right, they've got a backbone. Okay, so let's have a look at the questions. Here we go. Which characteristic is shared by all the organisms in the animal kingdom according to the cladogram? What characteristics do they all have in common? Okay, that means, remember I made a little pink mark and I said we started from this nothing part here, right? Can you remember it? Remember, it is something, and this is a multicellular thing. That's what they're made up from, right? A multicellular thing. Something that was multicellular, in other words, lots of different cells. Right. Let's go on to the next one. Down, 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 down. Which letter, so please don't write the name, right? You don't have the name, but write the letter, okay? It says, represents each of the following characteristics. Each of the following characteristics with respect to the blood plan. Okay, the body plan. Right? Very simple. We're going to have a look at special characteristics and we're going to say where it belongs. Okay, first one. Looney, what's this word?
Cephalization.
Cephalization. Very nice. Meaning a? One word? The hair. The what?
You said the brain.
The clever girl, the brain. Very nice. I got to make sure that you know. You could be thinking about hair. You could be thinking, I would think about hair. Right. So, let's see. Cephalization means starting to get a brain. Now, Porphyria, not a chance. Okay? Cnidaria, not a chance. We need to start making a nerve system. Okay? And a nerve system, of course, comes from the word B, which is just before platyhelminthes, which is your flatworms. Right. Can you remember that one? The flatworms, all of a sudden, they've got a special head. Can you remember we asked Looney to do it just before platyhelminthes, where they've got a section for the head? Okay? That means cephalization is happening. We're starting to get a brain. That's the first good characteristic that Looney will remember for life. Triploblastic. Okay, triploblastic, where would that come from? Did Cnidaria have triploblastic things? Nah. I remember when I told you about platyhelminthes, I said, first thing is they're going to have its brain, right? And they're going to have a triploid body. So it's got to be B. It's got to, between, what they're trying to ask you here, okay? I'm going to make it yellow again. They want to know where does certain characteristics, when does it start developing? So what they're saying is, with the cephalization, somewhere in this area did we start getting cephalization or a brain. Okay, now they want to know, where would you get a triploblastic animal, right? So I would say round about the same place, which means if I touch the right one, no, there we go, it's B. Okay, so now that I've showed Looney how to do this, do you think she could help me out here? I think she could.
Help you with what?
Yeah, well, a question, Looney.
Okay.
Okay, so I've decided to give her a question I haven't even mentioned yet. Okay, coelom. What is a coelom? Okay, now she smiles and laughs like there's a problem, right? Where do we get a coelom? Okay, now you got to remember that a platyhelminthes, right, is not an acoelomate, okay? And it's not a coelomate either. It's got this funny big word, right? And it means false coelom. Looney wants to know what that word is. Am I right, Looney? Because she told me she doesn't have a clue. She wants to know what a false coelom is. So send it to Looney. Make her look clever again, because you did with cephalization, which I was impressed with. Right? Hey, Looney?
Yes.
So let me hear that answer, and let's bring it. Right? Now, if I say to you that that one's got a false coelom, right? That one's got a false coelom. So we've got no coelom. So let's just do this. We've got no coelom, no coelom, no coelom. Well, it becomes a false coelom, should I say. A false coelom. That means we're starting to go into real coeloms. Okay? Number C. I would say it's C. So, but before annelids and arthropods, we've got, I would say, a coelom. So it'll be C. Nice and easy. Next one. Bilateral symmetry.
I've got it.
You got it. What is it?
Means true. This is from Tabete. Coelom means true body cavity.
Very nice. A true body cavity. And what does it mean for a false body cavity or a false coelom? So you've given me what a coelom is. Now you need to give me what a false coelom is.
Okay.
Okay. So you are right with a true one. That was coelom. I want to know what false coelom is. Okay, it's also got coelomate in it, and it's if I give it to you, if I give you a clue, then I'm giving it away.
It's fine.
Okay, it's similar like soup. Okay, remember soup and coelom at the end. Let's see if you can come up with the answer. Right, bilateral symmetry, which means you cut you down the middle only one way. So, can you cut? This one has got no symmetry, am I right? No, man. Okay? This one has got no symmetry. This one here, no symmetry. This one got radial symmetry. Platyhelminthes is a flat worm, right? Which means it's got a head, and it's got a through gut, and it ends down at the bottom, and if we cut it down in the middle, whatever's on the right looks like it's on the left. Okay, which was not very clever, because whatever's on the left is on the right, right? So from there, from platyhelminthes, just before platyhelminthes, you're going to get bisymmetry, right? Bilateral symmetry, right? There it is. Come on, touch it. Bilateral symmetry. Okay, last one, segmented, right? Segmented, you will never get in a flatworm. Okay, segmented comes from annelids. Annelid means segmented worms. That's what annelid means, right? And if I have a look at flat or segmented worms, it would be C. Nice and easy. Let's have a look. See, I'm clever, aren't I? Okay, vertebral column. Where would a vertebral column go? Looney, tell me where you get a vertebral column when it comes to ABCD. Yes.
Oh, what?
A vertebral column. That thing that's keeping you upright like this and got your nerves down. Where would it be?
I don't know.
Where would it be?
There.
Which is number?
D.
D. Very nice. I'm impressed. I couldn't help her any more than that. But yeah. Right? So, Looney, it's very nice. D. Okay? And the last one, symmetry. Okay? What does symmetry mean? It means that it's symmetrical. So, if we have a look, it is A, which means it's right over here. Okay? Very similar, because you can get radial symmetry, you get bilateral symmetry. Okay? The other one, asymmetry, means there's no symmetry.
We've come to the end of our show. Thank you so much, Mindsetters, for joining me and for chatting to me during the show. Remember to visit our website, learn.mindset.co.za, to get your notes and to watch the videos from the term. Goodbye.